Okay. Get the microphone. The microphone out. Yeah, everything is charged up and ready to go. It's a beautiful Saturday, man. It is a beautiful Saturday. I still gotta be honest with y'all, man. I still haven't looked up this microphone. I was working on some website stuff yesterday, um, and stuff of that sort that I had to get resolved, and today I have to wrap that all up. I got another. Testing. There we are. We are. We are ready. We are ready. We are ready. Welcome everybody. Tap that like button. Wait, it's the wrong way. We got like a really, really, really high pollen count over here today. I mean, this week. I could totally feel it. Well, it's funny because I was like saying that my eyes were itching, or my eye was itching, and then all of a sudden I get this message saying, "Oh well, you might be having an itchy eyes, and there's a medium to high pollen count in your area." I'm like, "Oh yeah, wonderful." This past week, you guys haven't seen me go live too much because I was experiencing allergies, and I just didn't feel up to it, man. But I'm back. Nothing is gonna keep me down. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Just cleaning up because I got stuff all over the floor because, well, I just got done doing my morning practice, and I incorporated something. Oh, there it is. I was looking for this everywhere, dude. Oh my God. I was Bible with Anthony. What's good, man? Welcome to the live stream. You seem like you're new here, so welcome. Make sure you tap the like button and you subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you. We got a lot to talk about today for like a little bit because I have about a little less than an hour before I have to get heading out. And then after that, I have a meeting today, which of course you guys will know about very, very soon. But I want to start off by just saying that, wow, man, about 2 days ago, I felt a shift internally. Of course, everything starts internal, before we see it in the external world. But man, did I feel a shift. And then ironically, tomorrow is we spring the clocks forward. So we're going to have a longer day. It's going to be longer nights, where it's daylight longer. And man, let me tell you what. Oh, I was going to say, what the hell was that? So welcome. Happy Saturday, y'all. That's all I got to say about that. Happy Saturday. That's all I got to say about that. I don't know, man. I know. Oh man, that sucks, bro. I gotta watch that. Damn. Really? Maybe I already seen that one and it was just let me sign out of here and sign in here and welcome Presley. Welcome, brother. Oh yeah, yours doesn't? I mean, unless you're in like Sedona or Arizona, I'm gonna be really annoyed if you like tell me you're in Arizona. Oh my God, you are in Arizona because your parents are in Texas or your family's in Texas. So yeah, you don't change the clocks, man. We change the clocks forward. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I know. I said it. You're in Arizona, man. You don't change it. Which is, I don't know. I mean, it kind of makes sense and it doesn't because listen, at the end of the day, man, Arizona, Sedona in particular, is one of the most. I'd have to say that one of the most, yeah, in Hawaii. I'd have to say Arizona, Sedona, is one of the most activating places on the planet. There is under those red rocks, man. There is such wisdom and activations, if you know what I mean, like from a spiritual level, like just arriving in. I mean, I've never been there, but I definitely plan to go to Sedona. But from what I've heard, and I know that I've been there on a soul level, just landing there and entering that place it's one of the biggest vortexes on the planet. Yeah, it's nice. He just says it. So you say it like so nonchalantly, Yeah, it's nice. Um, bro, there's like so much happening there on the planet. Like that place is so protected. There's like, I mean, there's a few other places like Asheville in North Carolina, Boulder, Colorado. There's a few places, Mount Shasta in California, um, but nothing compares to Sedona and Arizona in general, but Sedona in particular. And we're gonna find that out, man. You're gonna see like no joke, like an influx of people coming there once a lot of this disclosure happens. Um, People are gonna be running there, like quite literally. Um, there's quite a few places on the planet that you can literally activate DNA within your body, activate gifts, and Sedona is one of them. Healing, a lot of things. Um, but I'm meeting with someone today. Um, like literally, probably, I think 10:30, 11, like about 2 hours. And we're gonna discuss. If you guys caught the quick little message that I the thumbnail I posted on the channel. There was supposed to be a live stream today around 12 something that I posted. Made a thumbnail for the podcast and everything. I just changed the date. It's kind of a message, like a hidden message in it that, yeah, there's something being created behind the scenes that you guys are going to find out about very, very soon. And I'm meeting today with this individual that we're going to have a conversation. Maybe we're going to record something. Maybe we're going to go live. Maybe we won't. I don't know what's going to happen. But I'm super excited about it. I want to say something that's really important. I want to talk about the shift. I want to talk about. Did I freeze? Oh.
Yeah, nice. He just said.
Oh. I want to kind of talk about. Well, I sip my tea because I got to sip my tea over here. Tea with Daren today live, y'all. Tea with Daren. Cheers. Some wormwood tea. And trust me, it's not pleasant at all. Okay? It's far from pleasant. It's very bitter. Oof. And yeah, you have to you have to kind of you don't take the time and like sip it slowly and enjoy it. You actually have to just drink it down very quickly because it's got there's no smell to it. It just it's very, very bitter. I got to see how, just give me a moment. I got to see how they want me to bring this information through. Because while there's a lot of dark things happening on the planet, like the wars and everything else, they're wanting us to, because here's the thing, man. And there's zillions of timelines. We all have like thousands of timelines that we can choose from. We have a healthy version of ourselves. We have a version of ourselves that's fit, that's overweight, has a different color hair, there's timelines for, there is zillions of timelines that we can step into, that we can decide to choose. And at the end of the day, our soul is preparing us for the highest timeline, the highest possible timeline for us. Again, it's dependent on you, it's dependent on me, it's dependent on the collective, because there's not only individual timelines that we have, but there's also timelines. And if you guys don't understand, drop your questions. I'll be glad to elaborate on it or explain it. But timelines are, and if you don't know what a timeline is, it's a potential possibility that you have okay, here's an example. One timeline, you're married. Another timeline, you're single. Another timeline, you've got multiple wives or multiple husbands. You know what I mean? There's like there's so many different probabilities and possibilities that you have available to you that you can choose from. Now, not only do we have timelines we can choose from individually, but we also have collective timelines, which, as far as collective timelines go, there's not many of those. There's a few. There used to be tons, thousands of them, but now we're getting down to, like I've spoken about before, where there's 3 different timelines left for humanity or the collective to choose from. And it's chosen on a collective level. So why I say this is because we can choose the trajectory that humanity heads into. Again, there is a probable trajectory that we will head towards, like an end game, or like in 2030, 2040, where humanity is at a certain point in their evolution. But on the way, we can make different choices as a collective. Again, the changes don't take effect until you make the changes within you, and that includes every single one of us. Again, we're all one and we're all connected. So, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It's done on a collective level. So, again, a bunch of people, and okay, so here's another breakdown of timelines. So, yes, there's like two or three, or yes, there will be two or three left, right? And how and you say, and you ask me, well, what happens? Will will everybody just pick one timeline, or will we split up and go to different ones if there's three or if there's two that are left? Yeah. What'll happen is, dependent on where you focus your attention. So if you focus your attention on the negative things that are happening and occurring in the world, now, mind you, no one's saying not to experience the negativity or the things that are happening or the darkness, but you don't want to stay in it for long periods of time. Okay? There's no wrong or right as far as like dropping or dipping down into those low frequencies for a period of time, because mind you, you're going to be around people that are going to be in those frequencies. All right? I mean, even potentially where you don't even have a choice, where you go to a grocery store and, like, people are going to be talking about certain things that you're maybe going to overhear. Boom, you dip into those low frequencies for maybe, depending on where you're at on your journey, you may be in it for like a few minutes. You may decide, no, I don't want to be in this. I choose differently. And then change your mental state or how you're feeling, and mind you, that's not bypassing. Again, we are at a point collectively, why the Epstein files came out, why all these things are being revealed. Why? Because the collective is fed up. Humanity is fed up. We are all fed up. We're tired of the way things have been. A lot of us, and a big majority of us, would in a heartbeat go back to the way it was in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, where we didn't have these technologies that we have currently that take us away from, playing on our bicycle or being outside and shooting hoops or, things of that nature. Like, you don't see kids doing that anymore. Not like when I was a kid or in the 90s or 80s where kids would be out playing. You don't see it, man. You walk around the neighborhoods and it's quiet. Everyone's in their house. I don't know about in your area, but that's kind of typically what it is. So, what's going to happen, dependent on where you're focusing your attention on the most, is where you're going to go. What timeline you're going to be on. Again, a lot of people say, oh yeah, we're going to the new earth. We're going to, this new earth. We're not going anywhere. It kind of would seem like we are, because kind of, in a sense, you sort of are. You're just not like getting on a plane or, unless you're leaving your body. It all depends, like, on the individual, but you're not going on a plane and flying to another planet, but it is in fact another planet. So it's kind of like there's it's kind of both. Because a lot of people continue to say, well, you're not going anywhere. Well, you kind of are. You're raising your vibration and frequency, which is then allowing you to see more things, to have more things available to you. So you kind of are, in a sense, going somewhere, but you're not getting into some vehicle or some airplane or some spaceship and flying off to somewhere else. But it will look, in fact, like a new place. And it kind of is. You just have to use, like, I don't know. I think that some of the people out there teaching certain things, the way they're teaching it is, you know, again, no disrespect to anybody, because there's people that gravitate and understand, and that information is where they're at. So they understand it, but then there is a big percentage that don't fully understand. So you kind of have to break it down in a way that it's digestible and understandable to the masses, because most people don't understand, and most people are confused and want to know what is going to happen the next 5 years, what's going to happen the next 10 years, what's going to happen in the next year. Why? Because that is a form of safety. You know, when you know what's going to happen, when you're in that position, it makes the ego happy, so to speak. You're making the ego happy. I can kind of definitely sense that YouTube is like suppressing the channel, man. I don't know if Presley is still here or not, but because again, I know the numbers are not correct, and I know not to pay attention to what it says at the top, because it definitely continues to fluctuate. But they're definitely not sharing the channel out. That's for sure. But we're turning a new paradigm, and this is where we have to focus our attention on something else. Like, yeah, they are sharing it out. Yeah, more people are going to find our channel. Yeah, more people are going to be attracted to this. See, again, remember that words are, in fact, do create and are a magnet. So it's like, basically, when they say that, I'm telling the universe that. And then the universe is going to be like, okay, he's telling us that they're suppressing the channel, so let's suppress the channel. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, no, there's abundance coming to this channel. Like, more people are finding it, and that's the truth. Oh, by the way, guys, guess what? I have some interesting new news. I finally, remember I told you guys that I was having problems with, they wanted me to verify the address so that we can receive the super chats. Well, it finally has officially happened. And this is the card that I've been waiting for to get in the mail. Okay? I'm not going to show the code. I've already used the code, so it doesn't really matter, but I'm not going to show you the other side but this is officially the piece of paper that they mail you with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-digit code, which then allows you to verify your address so that you can link your AdSense account to YouTube, so that when people do super chats or, you know, ads from you get revenue from ads, which we're not at that point yet, and or our clothing line or things of that nature. The problem that I had is I switched our mailbox right before I ended up getting a thing where it allowed me to actually get verification for the address. And so they sent this thing to the previous address. They wouldn't forward it because they told me they wouldn't. And they said they just basically send it back to the sender. So fortunately, I was actually able to change the address to the new one, which we're going to be changing it again very, very soon. Hopefully, this time it will be a permanent address for now. Not hopefully, because it's going to change again, but once we get our land and we start building the newer school, we're going to have another address, but we can still keep this address for other things, like if people want to mail us things, if you guys want to mail us stuff, again, I have a location like 10 or 15 minutes away that I'm going to be switching it to. But what's the cool thing about it is there's this thing called, it's called Anytime Mailbox. And it's like a virtual mailbox. But it's not virtual at the same time. You pick a location and then the information gets, or whatever, your mail gets sent to that location, but you're not actually taking out like a physical box like you would at a UPS store or a post office or whatever, which is kind of better anyways, I feel like, because I feel very strongly that something is going to change within the postal service, and this is much better where I can change at any time more easily. So I currently have a mailbox, like actual physical mailbox with Luna, and then for our business, and then I have one for another business that I currently have in another state that I'm going to be switching to this type of mailbox, and it's it's more than half the price, and it's like virtual, and it's but again, it's at a location. Now, mind you, I think you can change the location, but it's a huge difference than what I was paying at a UPS store. When I tell you a huge difference, close to $400 a year at a UPS store versus like $100 with one of these Anytime mailboxes for a year. So you can see the difference is outrageous. And you actually get a physical address. It's not where it says, oh, it's a P.O. box. No, you get a physical address. So it's pretty neat. I'm excited to switch everything over. I've been doing a lot of changes, which is interesting because we're moving into spring. And what do you think spring is about? Spring cleaning. And all of a sudden, I have about a month or so before my hosting expires and I had to renew it for this other business that I have, which I've been paying a lot for the hosting. And then I had about 2 months before the domain for the business was expiring. And then the mailbox is like about 2 months away from expiring for a year. I can't even believe it's been a year. I remember signing up just recently. Speaking of which, I have to call them after I'm done with this live. So, like I said, funny thing is all of this is happening right as we're moving into spring, and big changes are occurring. And I've been putting things up for sale on eBay. I've been going through things like leading up, like the last couple weeks to month. And on top of it, I feel a big shift that has happened within us all, humanity. I feel a very big shift. I felt it like 2 days ago. Something shifted. And like I said, it feels, I don't know, it feels very airy. It feels light. And speaking of which, let's, we still got about 15 minutes or so. So let's let's pull a card. We got about 15 minutes. I'm gonna go live for like 15 more minutes or so. So let's pull a card from this, or let's see if Spirit wants more than one. I know Luna always gets tight when I always say that they want to give me like 3 cards. She kind of gets tight about that. It's funny because I'm like, all right, Luna, like we're gonna have a couple more cards than one. Whenever we're doing an event or anything, it's very fun. It's funny. But we're gonna see what Spirit has for like the timeline shift. We've just jumped because we've jumped a big timeline. So I'm gonna shuffle this deck. This is the card deck if you guys want to get it. I've been using this for like a couple years now, at least 2 or 3 years. I love this card. I love it. It has light language. She incorporates like light language into the cards. It's a beautiful, beautiful deck. So let's see. Spirit, give me like 3 cards for the collective right now, where the collective is at right now. Okay, we got 1 right away out the gate. You saw that. Didn't take me much. We're going to do 2 more for the collective as we move into spring. So we're going to hit the spring equinox very soon too. I don't know what the date of that is. What does the collective need to know right now? What does humanity need to know right now going into spring and summer? Give me 2 more cards, Spirit. I got to put out my, I just was reminded I have to put out my, hummingbird feeder. Oh, there's a red, oh wow, there's a red cardinal that just popped up, a big one too, on the pole. Yeah, you definitely know it's spring here because they're out, but they don't come out on that pole that I have right outside the window. I have this pole for the hey, what's going on, V Dandy 468? What's good, man? We're pulling some cards for spring and for the collective because I feel very strongly that the collective, I felt it 2 days ago. We jumped timelines. So we already got 1. Spirit's give me 2 more cards for humanity. Yeah, I do. I definitely do. I appreciate you, man. Owens, what's good, man? How you doing, man? Welcome. Did you feel the timeline jump? We jumped like 2 days ago. Do you feel something different? Something feels lighter. Something feels... something feels... I don't know, like a feeling of like freedom too, as well. I think something big... I feel very strongly something big is about to be unveiled. Along with my nose and my eyes have been itching with this freaking pollen. It's like really high pollen. I'm all right since the planets aligned. I feel slower. Yeah, we did have that planetary alignment. That's right. We had that. That's probably when I felt the shift. I don't know. I'm feeling a mixture of like slower, but also excited, like a feeling of excitement. Usually that happens around when we're going into summertime and spring, more movement starts to happen. Yeah, peaceful, excited, lighter, freer. But not everybody's going into summer and spring, like depending on where you are in the world, And I know we have a lot of people in the UK and in other places that, so, all right, we got some cards, guys. Give me 1 second. I have to just join this Zoom call so that I'm ready. And then I can kind of hang out a little bit longer with you guys. Just got to make sure. Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed because there's like a couple events that I really wanted to attend today, and I'm just not going to be able to. It's like a lot of stuff is happening today for some odd reason. It's like everybody picked today for whatever reason. And it's my fault for not looking at the calendar too. Okay. All right, we're set up for that. Yeah. I mean, here's the card deck. Here's the card deck. They actually have light language infused in them. If you want, this deck is awesome. I love this deck, man. Wait till you see the cards. They are beautiful, man. Okay. All right, so this was the first one that came through. Wow. Wow, this is interesting, man. This is a really good one for like humanity. Okay. Now take a gander at that, guys. Just feel that card, man. Feel the energy of that being, that higher dimensional being. Basically, the card says enough for now and always. And what it says on the side is you are enough, worthiness, faith in needs being met. A lot of people need to have faith in their needs being met. As we continue to go through the rest of the year, man, it's requiring people to have faith and to have their needs met. Yeah, isn't it? Can you feel it? I mean, just feel into the energy of the way this being looks at you, the eyes. There's light language. Look down the neck. There's all light language they did down the neck. Yeah, they are very, very detailed. I want to make sure you guys don't get I want to try to get it so that you can get the thing, but you don't get that reflection from the light. If I tilt it this way, even down to like the fish up here, it's crazy, man. It's like I look at this card and the energy that comes off of it is so peaceful and so empowering. It's beautiful. The art in this is just divine. Okay, so that's the first one. And then wow, this is like very good for the collective right now. Wow. Okay, here we go. Look at this one. So this one says, letting go of stories. And the side of it says, surrendering attachments, releasing unconscious patterns. And that's what we're all going through right now as we go through the rest of the year. Releasing unconscious patterns, surrendering, letting go of things, letting go of people, places. It's ironic because, like I said, we're entering spring, which is, typically means you're letting go. You're going to let go of things. You're going to let go of maybe a place you're living, maybe people around you. Maybe a lot of things are going to change. Like I just was describing in the beginning of this live stream how, you know how many years I've been with this hosting company that now I'm changing, and I changed from, and listen, you may think it's really like, oh yeah, he just changed his hosting company from his business, you know, that he has his website with, and he changed his domain name to another uh, uh, um, organization that hosts the domain. But you may just think like, oh yeah, that's just, he's just changing like services. But no, I mean, a lot of people from a subconscious level, they're holding on to these things. Like, no, I don't want to leave this cell phone carrier because I'm used to being with them for so long, or I don't want to change my phone number, but it's way deeper than that. It's the attachments, it's the letting go, it's, trusting that if I switch carriers for hosting the website, it's going to be better where I go than where I am currently. It's it has a deeper meaning if you look beyond just the surface level of it, is what I'm trying to get at. And it signifies letting go and surrendering and trusting that when I move everything over, it will be fine. Kind of like when I moved over my cell phone carrier from T-Mobile to Verizon and then went back to T-Mobile. I had the thought of becoming a monk, but I understand it's a life sacrifice. Yeah, and you know what? You're not only sacrificing for you, you're sacrificing for the collective. If that is something that came up in your awareness, then there's your soul is leading you somewhere in that regard. It may not be a full-blown monk, but you may move somewhere where, that's what I'm getting, you may move somewhere where you can embody some of those practices, but not take on everything, because you may not be meant to do that in this lifetime, But the key thing right now, and I can tell you this with certainty, okay? If you don't align with what your soul is leading and guiding you to do, then the things in your life are going to crumble. And that's everybody. That's all of us. If we stay in something or somewhere or some place or some situation or some relationship that is not serving our soul and our highest good, we will start to see lack pour in certain ways, in different areas, because we're not doing what our soul is here to do or in alignment with our soul. And the only thing that it's going to do is create great suffering. So more and more people are leaving their jobs, leaving relationships, moving, letting go of things, like I just did with this hosting company that I've had for years. I could have been just like, no, I'm just going to keep it and just keep renewing it, like automatically renewing it and paying it. It's the same thing with the mailbox. This is going to be the third time with Ripp into Light, which is our New Earth school with me and Luna. Loves is truths. Lee Stanleys. Welcome, Lee. What's good, brother? This is going to be the third time we're switching, and it's going to be probably my second time at the other one. And again, it you have to see it from a different standpoint than just surface level. Oh, I'm just switching carriers or mailboxes or this or that. It's like, it's way deeper than that on a spiritual level. And it's showing the less and less attachment you have towards things. Myself, I'm generalizing it, of course, but because a lot of us came here to break these cycles of codependency, complacency, comfortability, attachment, ancestral wise, and our bloodlines and everything else. Make no mistake about it. If you were to Owen, if you were guided to do that, and I would suggest strongly that you tune in and you go within and see if that's something that you're meant to do. Maybe eventually you will be doing it. But if you had the thought, there's no mistake about that. Why you're having that thought. Because I didn't have that thought. I've thought about, wow, they've got to be in such peace, just meditating on on a mountain and not having to deal with the everyday things that people deal with. But don't think that they don't deal with internal stress and internal things. And like, you know, listen, when I had to set boundaries and walk away from family and friends and different things, you don't think that was hard? And internally, I was struggling and battling with that, to set a boundary from my family who I was extremely close with and did everything with, but not for my own good. I did it I did those things with them because they wanted to do those things. It didn't actually truly make me happy. But forgetting about that, the fact that before my dad passed, that I had to walk away and not join family gatherings and family events because I knew that I had to do this for myself. I knew that I had to do the healing for myself, right? Yeah, probably, Owen. I mean, listen, the thing is, you could be shown something, but that doesn't mean that it's going to happen tomorrow. God's timing is not human timing. And I've said this so many times because it's not human timing. That could be something that could be like 3-4 years from now, or 5 years from now, or 10 years from now. Or it could be you're being shown a past life where you were a monk, but they're not giving you all the information yet. So just know that it's something that came up and that you were shown, and that's it. And let it go. And maybe, you can always ask your higher self and say, show me what this means. It doesn't mean you're going to get the information right away. It doesn't mean that it's going to happen instantaneously where they're going to tell you, oh, this is, the reason behind this coming up, or blah, 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 or, no, I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that. Again, we're not always given everything all right away. Okay, I got to do one more card and then I got to head out of here, guys. So I showed you this one, and this is the third and final card that they came through. Zenith at the peak. Victory, achievement, tangible abundance. Wow. And I know we're all coming into abundance. And this is just confirmation as we go forward. Wow, look at that card. Look at the light language activation below down the neck. Take a gander at that, man. Feel into that, y'all. Oh, yeah. Anyways, I don't have too much more. I can't really explain the third card because I do have to head out. I didn't realize it's already 10:52. So with that being said, I love y'all, man. Thank you again for joining, and thank you. Please subscribe if you haven't already, man. If you catch this video and you stumble upon this channel, please subscribe. Please comment. Send us a donation, a super chat, whatever you feel called to, man, to help us continue to do what we do. I love y'all, man. And take care, Owens. I'll see you guys very, very soon. I love y'all, man, from the bottom of my heart. Take care of yourselves and each other. All right? And I'll see you on the next live, on the next video, or somewhere around the world. Until then, love you, love yourself, laugh, and live, man. I'll see you soon. Let's go.